CVC trouble, oh, it's raining. My goodness. So now we are off the main road. We are off the main Accra. Accra Agri Road. So now where are we going? I mentioned something that starts with a D.
A D?
Yeah. I mentioned the name of the community that starts with a D.
Design?
Ah. So we're going to Damfa. This is good news energy. So she says on
Damfa.
Yeah, Damfa. There is Damfa, there is Otinibi, there is right here, then you get towards the Adenta Dodowa Road. That can take you towards the Volta region.
Hey.
Yeah. We're now at Quayman, I guess. So I don't know which is worse, your road or this one.
This one.
This one is terrible, huh? Whoop!
Potholes.
Oh, Charlie. By the time we arrive there, Fafali will get joined us. So this is more like a new site, right? It's like a developing area where people are now putting up buildings and all of that. So the lady we are going to see, she's doing some work there. So when we go, you ask her all the questions you want to ask. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Charlie, the road is so bad. Now there's another. Yeah, here's so eventually the map asked me to go to the left, which I did. Then it looks like we should have gone ahead and going back. But yeah, what do you think? What are you thinking right now? What's on your mind?
Some of the questions I'll ask you.
I mean, look
to
at
understand her business model.
Some of the businesses, some of the things you have to do, the kind of ntokro and crevices people enter to go and do business. Charlie, business is not just the boardroom. Seems so the road to the place, the site is very bad. But you have to be doing this every other time. You have to commit to doing that all the time. So you may want to ask her what spares her, what keeps her going, because then some of the places that people are traveling to, it's not always like the road and the path. In fact, there are times that Jesus, oh man, Fafali, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. This is not even a road to start with. At long last, we've driven on very bad roads, huh?
Bad experience.
Oh.
Was it?
Oh.
You mean, well, we got lost.
And then what happened?
And then the Google Map said we should go somewhere. We ended up in someone's bedroom.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay.
Did you?
Anita, what's up? Okay, so here you meet Salom Tree Maker.
Hi.
So the both of you, I'm going to leave you to have a chat. This is your site.
Yes, this is currently what I'm working on now.
What's happening here?
Okay, so I'm supposed to do the full design and the design right from the finishing to the decoration.
Okay.
So they finished with the block work. They've plastered, yes, as I came in, roofing done, and then I'm supposed to take over till handover.
Show us. Take us around and teach us what you do. Give us an experience.
Okay.
Right, let's go.
Okay. Today is Saturday actually, so there aren't many people on site today.
Okay.
And more of a lot of concrete stuff.
Ah,
We work on walls.
right.
So this is the compound, right? It's a 4-bedroom house. Okay, and from what I noticed, it looked like the block work had been completed for some time, until they got me in on board, and I came in, and then I did some assessment. Mostly, that's what I usually begin with. Okay. I try to do some assessment of the space allocation, the plan that they went with. Usually, you'd notice after block work, before they plaster, that is when the plumber and an electrician comes in to do all their wiring, the laying of the pipes here and there for the bathroom, the kitchen, blah blah blah. But then unfortunately, most of the time, if there's no guidance, there's no proper guidance for some of these things, you realize that they don't really go by any proper allocation. They don't really go by, especially the kitchen and the bathroom, which seems to be mostly the most complicated portions of the house. If you don't take care, you end up either having leakages, you end up having space issues. Yes, circulation becomes an issue, especially in the kitchen and the bathroom. Right? It's either you're opening the door and the WC is in the way of the door.
I know.
Yes, it's either the kitchen mostly. Another complicated is usually the kitchen after it gets, mostly because they don't really go by any design vision. Okay, it's more like they're just doing anything. They're just doing what they think is cool for them, what is easy for them to do. Right, exactly. And so the designer comes in and they know that this is how I want the house to look like. So let's do it this way. Let's put this here. Let's put that exactly. If not, you get to the final stage and you realize there's going to be a lot of breakages in the kitchen, because there's going to be an oven here and there's no provision for a socket. There's going to be an extractor here and they didn't make any provision.
So at the end of the day, the work is not properly done.
Exactly. So usually I try to do all those analyses before I start anywhere. So I started this work like last 2 months. But because of some of these issues, we spent the whole of last month correcting issues. So that's what they are still doing. Yes. We've just finished with all those corrections. So if you see all the cuts on the walls, those are all corrections, and additional lights, additional sockets. Look here.
Isn't that they're not professional?
They only have been trained to install. So if they don't have someone to guide them, where should I put it? How high should it go? How many lights should I put here? How many, what do I put? Do you get it? So if there's no one to guide them, this time you are seeing what corrections we had to do, both on the floor, almost all the rooms, in the bathroom, in the kitchen, wherever. We spent the whole of last month on that. So at least, fortunately we've now finished, and we're starting with the floor. They're now actually doing the screening for the floor so that we can start tiling. So that's what they are doing upstairs actually. We can take a look. This is the living area.
Okay.
This is a living area, a small entry. And the dining area. That it cost. So yes, all these corrections came with extra costs. So after I do the analysis, what I do is I make the clients know that this is what I have come up with. And this is how much extra we should be looking at spending on all these things. Are you willing to do that? Some people will tell you, I've spent too much already here and there, and it's okay, let's just go on like that. And then there are those who are ready to, no, let's just work it out before we move on. Yeah, so it does come with extra costs. So yeah, we spend quite some amount of money all these things over there. It does come with extra costs. Building is not for the faint-hearted, honestly. Yes. So this is the kitchen. This is the kitchen. So I had to come in, and then when I came, I saw the electrician had only put one socket here and then one socket here.
Right.
So I had to come in and then let them know that we're going to put the cooker here. The extractor will be on top of it. There's going to be a tall cabinet here with appliances in there. So in that case, let's make provision for extra sockets and then extra switches. So he had to do all those things. The light here was only two bulbs. This is a kitchen that should be well lit. So we had to add extra bulbs, extra spotlight all over on the ceiling to make the place look very. Yeah.
So what's happening here?
Okay, so this is the guest bathroom, right? So the guest room. Now there had to be a lot of corrections here regarding the layouts, the location of the fixtures. When we came in, we realized that the plumber had put the two closer fixtures, the WC and the vanity, right by the door, right by the doorway. But usually we want to prevent the WC right around the entrance. That is mostly, I mean, believed to be the zone in the bathroom that people really prefer a lot of privacy. Even the shower, people don't really like it so much privacy as compared to the WC. Do you get it? Again, you should consider the measurement, the size of the vanity you place in here, the size of the WC you put in here. If you don't take care, you get that collision or probably space for movement, accessibility in the middle. So it was after measuring, we realized that the door, if the door is going to be open inside, it's either going to hit this or hit that. Do you get it? So we had to do some reallocation here now. If you notice, we moved the WC, we moved the WC to this corner. We moved the WC to this corner and then maintain this here. Usually you want to try as much as possible to make the most used fixtures in the bathroom very accessible, which mostly are the sink and the WC. Right, that's how come you usually find it on the sink somewhere here, then the WC, and then the one that is hardly used, which is the shower. Do you get it? At best, most people just use it twice a day or once a day. Do you get it? Besides, it is quite bulky. The shower area is going to be a little bulky. So imagine you're going to put the shower right by the door. Oh, it's barely like saying you're going to take almost all the entry. Do you get it? Most people do it, and I realize they don't consider how it will look afterwards. So after you project it in 3D or sometimes put together all the measurements and then you let them see how it's going to look like, it's more like you're restricting the entrance.
I would like to know how you started this whole idea and what young leaders like me should learn from you.
Okay. So yes, I'm an interior designer, right? And I'm a project manager as well, right? So what I do is to help design spaces, right? I help homeowners, builders, developers, I mean anybody who puts up a property, right? To design not just homes, anywhere, any property projects, okay? To design and make the spaces within the structure very beautiful, very functional, and then accessible, and then safe as well. So that's why, I mean, with safety and functionality, that was why I was mentioning all these correction issues, just so that you don't move in and you realize things are not working. Do you get it? It's just beautiful, but a lot of things actually do not add up. A lot of things. So that is what I do. I help. I mean, homeowners. So this is my client. I mean, he owns a house and he preferred. I mean, and mostly these are quite busy people who don't even have the time to be coming around and supervising and just so. That is why my project management background also comes in. So I supervise. I manage the stuff on the side. I basically run almost the whole project now, apart from the design bits. Okay, so that is what I do. Now, talk about job and young ladies. And Kelly mentioned earlier about how, I mean, you've been advised to school, study very well, get a job. We all went to school, yes. Honestly, interior design is not what I studied in the university. I went to Legon. I did English and psychology and then theater arts.
It's total shift.
Yes. Yes.
From your major. It has nothing to do with what you studied.
Yes. But at least maybe the psychology is helping. It's playing a role in a lot of the things I do now. Yes. Other than that, so what I just want to say is, okay, in reality, there's going to be most of the times that's very possible what you are studying in school now might not even play a role in what you will do. Yes, because there's a huge gap. Do I say on the job market or probably with the skills we are taught now? Do you get it? In the real world, I believe from experience, what you need to thrive is mostly skills. You probably need it, yes, you would need a knowledge, a book, everything that you are learning now. In some ways, I would always say that all those university stuff are meant to give us some level of exposure. Do you get it? It's meant to let you know and understand certain things in life, right? Because usually after that is when you get to actually know and understand what you really want to do. And apart from maybe all those people in the sciences, the doctors and the lawyers, for them, their job is really defined.
Exactly.
So when you're going to school, you know that I'm coming out to be a doctor. I'm coming out to be a nurse.
A nurse,
apart from
a
that,
lawyer.
yes, apart from that, I mean, all these other courses you're studying here and there, I mean, mostly at the end of the day, it is the skill that is going to make you money. It is the skill that is going to make you money. So you want to add something. Admin is actually, I was just telling you about a story about applications, and everybody is telling almost the same course now. Do you get it? So there's a lot of saturation. Do you get it? It will help. Every employer wants someone who is multifaceted, who can do different things, who has a lot of skills. Do you get it? So if you have the admin background, I'm an interior designer. I could have just said that is what I want to be, but I went to school, back to school, to do my master's in project management, because every project I actually embark on needs project management skills. Do you get it?
Yes.
Every project I embark on, if the client says I'm not there, I don't have anybody to run it here and there, I have to be doing all the runnings and facilitation and coordination. Do you get it? Managing money, I'm managing the people on site, I'm doing the procurement, I'm all those. Do you get it? So they go hand in hand. Do you get it? So you can still keep your admin background, and then maybe depending on where you want to work, the industry you want to be in. Do you get it? You maybe want to find an extra skill that would complement what you learned in school. Do you get it?
I guess she has a lot of knowledge in sales, selling abolo and things. Does that count for anything?
Of course. I mean, these days they are telling us that sales and marketing is everything. I'm an interior designer. Without sales and marketing skills, how do I get clients? When I left university and I started this whole business and job, initially I had always wanted to be a business person. I had wanted to be a business lady. But then I started and I realized I'm a very shy person. I had little to no knowledge about marketing and sales and how to convince people and talk people into buying. So it got to a point I realized that no, I really need this. So I took it upon myself to learn how to sell, how to market how to market my business, it got to a point people were asking me every time. I think some people actually thought I had gone to school to study marketing.
So excuse me. So you did this all alone? Yeah. Or you have a team that you work with?
No, I have a team.
All right. So the question has been asked.
Yeah. So starting, I mean, from the beginning I was alone. I mean, when I started embarking on this whole journey, I started alone. Right, I was just doing almost everything myself, because back then it's either you don't have the money to hire a team. I was now trying to put my feet out there. I was now trying to put my name out there and all that. I didn't really have so much money to start. Besides, I had quit from my job. I wanted to embark on this full time, so I had to be very, very tight on my spending until work started becoming quite tedious, or that I needed extra people on board. Yes, that I needed extra people on board. So I was creating my own content, managing my social media, marketing the business, running. Yeah. So now at least I have a team, I have people around, I have an architect, I have an admin. I was just saying, I'm actually getting an admin now. I have an engineer, and I have the sites guys as well. So working in a team is not easy everywhere you go. There's this saying that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, be in a team. Yes, the team can make you do a lot more, but you'll be slow. You'll be slowed down as compared to when you're alone. You get it? You have to be ready to deal with different people at the same time. Different people with different caliber at the same time. This one is knowing you, delaying you, giving you attitude, and working in a team or being a leader, a team lead, you need patience. You need patience to be able to. Everybody will be getting on your nerves. For that, you should expect it. But then it's how you think as a leader or as a member of the team. That is what matters. That is what would work out for. You need a thing to be done by the close of the day, and they are also giving you stories. And then it ends up extending to 2 days. You get it?
So please, I don't know, I'll ask a lot of questions there. So I'd like to know, can you state an example where an issue just happened in your team and the kind of steps you took to overcome this issue or solve it?
Okay. Mostly sometimes, especially with this kind of job, I mean the construction and the design thing, if you go out there, if you should make a post on Facebook right now, everybody who has been through the construction process will tell me working with artisans is very annoying. Yes, it's one of the most annoying and frustrating things to ever encounter. Do you get it? Client has given you a deadline, and then they are delaying it. Sometimes they could even promise you, oh madam, today we'll come to work. You get here and everybody's vanished. It happens, which I had gone through before. You get it? I've had situations. I remember I had a situation whereby the workers on site either they didn't come to work, right? There was in this instance sometimes about loyalty and commitment to the job, right? That is one of the key things I usually look out for when I'm bringing some of these guys on board, right? Loyalty and commitment to the job. Okay, so I took this guy to site. We're working. I've paid you. Come and do this for me. Now we're working in the course. I get there and he's not available. 2 days he hasn't come. He's either late. 3 days he's late. Where are you? Madam, please, the client has been taking me to another town to go and work for him.
God.
The client has taken me to another town to go and work for him. You are here. What are you doing? I nearly messed out, but I was in public. I had to find a way to
Control it.
exactly. I had to find a way to, because if you don't take care, you always be throwing tantrums. You always be throwing tantrums. So I waited for him to come the following day, and then I sat him down and told him, this is not really ethical. It's not really ethical. If you take come and do something here, how then do you follow another person somewhere, leave the job you've been asked to do? Do you get it? If anything happens, just let me know that this is what has happened. The person wants me to go and do something else for them. Do you get it? Should I go, or let me finish what I'm doing before I go? Right. So you let them know. I warned them. I had to warn them. If it happens again, because sometimes when you do that, and then some people might think you are not happy because you are jealous of them. No. At the end of the day, I'm the one who brought you to the work, to the project. If anything happens, even though they didn't tell me, if you go and then misbehave there, they will come to me.
Exactly.
And come and tell me your worker did this and this and this and that. You get it? So I had to let them know that I don't entertain some of these things. If anything, just inform me. Inform me that, madam, tomorrow I won't be able to come, or this is what your client is saying, should I do it or not, or whatever. And so that if something happens, I know what to do. I know how to react or respond to whatever happens. It happens a lot of especially with these guys. Especially with these guys, you get it. If you don't take care, you need a lot of patience. If you're quick-tempered, I'm betting you.
Okay, so looking at this industry now, it's more or less like a male-dominated one. I'd like to know how females, so like a young girl like me, can penetrate through this.
Okay. So yes, honestly, it is like you can see now. Everybody working here is a guy. Everybody, the construction industry in itself is already known to be male-dominated, right? Except the design bit of it, the design and decoration bit of it. But then the design bit, which entails a lot of work, you have to be ready to come to the construction site all the time, right? Sometimes you have to be climbing, the staircase is not done yet. You have to be climbing scaffolds before you can reach the first floor, right? You should probably be someone who is maybe very vibrant, and yes, or you get to learn as well. Unless you are very conservative and also enthused about this kind of job. If not, yes, you should be ready to dirty yourself.
As a lady.
As a lady. Anytime I come here, I leave here with dust on me. Yes, on weekdays, anytime I come around, I have to go before I leave, look at his shirt now. There's dust somewhere. Yes. Besides, another thing is the kind of outfits you take on site. You have to always be ready to look smart. You'll be climbing. This is not where you're coming to wear skirts and fitting dresses. Sometimes you should be ready. If you don't take care, I think one thing I have come to notice is if you don't take care, you don't make conscious effort, your fashion sense easily switches because you find yourself always wearing jeans and boots.
Continuously.
Yes. For me now, I think it looks like it's become difficult for me to even wear heels. I only now wear heels when I'm going to church. When I'm going to church, even sometimes I find it lazy now to even wear because anytime I see, so I always have my boots in the car. I always have my boots in the car. Whatever heel I'm wearing, when I get here, I have to change. Yes, when I get here, I have to change. I have to always make sure I'm looking. But sometimes, as I said, you just have to make conscious effort to. Yes, it's necessary. You need to put on the safety gear here and there. Men, I think some people end up feeling quite intimidated because, I mean, you come to the construction site and it's all guys. So, if if you don't have that much confidence, you get it, you become quite indirectly bullied, maybe, or yes, it happens though. It happens. Sometimes, as I said, you want to climb upstairs to go and see what the client wants you to see, but the staircase is locked down.
Hi.
Yes, and they've actually they have how do I call it? They've managed to create a temporary structure for you to climb. Yes, but then the design and decoration bit, which is usually the part that comes after all these dirty stuff are done, that is very that is what most people see. You get it. Most people see, they don't see all the background work that go on and here and there. I mean, the splash bit and the shopping for items and accessories and styling. Yes, those ones are quite fun. Those ones are quite fun. Other than that, you need a lot of confidence. You need a lot of conscious effort to make it work for you. Yeah.
Interesting. Yes. So for the very last question I have for you, I'd like to know what makes you different from other interior designers?
Okay, so for uniqueness, you see, I think for me, one thing I always want to do, one thing I always stand by, right, is I want to make things different from what everybody else is doing.
Okay.
See, that is actually one of my major goals. Mm-hmm. I don't like to follow the crowd. Mm-hmm. Right. Apart from that, I realize that most people, when they are designing homes, the whole focus is on the aesthetics. Right. The whole focus is on the aesthetics. I am a very minimalist. I don't really want cluttered spaces. So I want to make sure that apart from it looking very beautiful and plush, the space should be functional. The space should be functional. Not so many fake things, not so many dysfunctionality here and there. Movement is, restricted. No, that is one of my major goals, right? Which I notice a lot of people usually don't really focus on. That's one of the key things I do. I'm a minimalist. I don't also like spaces that are very. I think that is what helps me attract some of the clients I meet. Almost every client I meet, I come across is also a minimalist. They follow you and they're like, oh, I like the kind of decor, I like your kind, because I'm also a minimalist. Right, I'm also a minimalist. Aside that, maybe lastly, I always want to add value to every client I meet. I always want to add value to every client I meet. I go the extra mile to either get that rapport between them and maybe their family. Yeah, so I've had instances where I finished the project and the client's kids don't want me to go. Yes, the kids now become my friends at home. The whole family is all my friends home, and I'm finishing and handing over. Auntie Sama, we don't want you to go. Auntie Sama, no. Yes, because I've become part of the family now. I really cherish that kind of relationship, which makes the project run smoothly. Right. Other than that, yes, I think for me, the relationship I try to build with my clients, right? I want to build a functional space, a functional and beautiful space. And then nothing that is too much out there. I don't really like things that are so common, so popular. Everybody is just using the same thing. That's one thing I really don't like.
Okay, Anita, what have you learned today? 2 things.
Oh. Before I mention what I've learned, I'd like to say a very big thanks to Auntie Selo. Thank you very much.
Thank you too for coming.
Okay, so for today, with team building and other working in a team, you need to be committed to your team and loyal to your team as well. So those are the 2 things I have learned from team building. And to add up to that, I think she mentioned
Is that all you have learned? Hair.
No.
Anita, is that all you have learned?
I think she's not wrong.
I'm processing it.
I say I'll process it.
But tell them thanks. I hope you've also found this useful for yourself as well.
Yes.
Yeah, because
I did. At least I'm glad I've been able to engage her. She's learned something. Are you thinking of coming here to this industry? Anita, are you thinking of coming into this industry?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
For an internship.
Okay. Always well.